Taking care of our environment may seem petty and unimportant to some people. Many don't believe in climate change at all. Some people don't see the impact of the little action that contribute to a larger scale. Or should we say a global scale? Is climate change a byproduct of a world that has gone astray? A world where people don't care. We live in a world where a lot of us are too busy. Too busy with our own lives. Too blind to see what's going on around us. And too stubborn to wake up to the truth happening right before our eyes. We don't realize that we live on one planet. One Earth and one home.
Hello, I'm Jessica Clementier. I'm living here in Malabon City. Malabon is known for its delicious delicacies, historical houses, and churches. But it is also known as Flooded City because it is surrounded by a river that overflows with water when it rains heavily due to the storm. I think the reason why the water rises so fast when it rains because of the plastics and garbage accumulated in the canal vessels that block the flow of water caused by the flooding on the road.
I am Shenicol Canonigo. I am from Quezon City. The city is the largest city in the Philippines. It has a population of about 2.68 million people. Presently, it has become the center of information technology as well as its entertainment industry in the Philippines. QC is one of the most polluted cities. Pollution is one of the major problems we encounter every day. The first thing I notice is the air pollution because of the high population in the QC, caused by factories, smoking, and vehicles.
Hi everyone, my name is Shindy Pagdudang Awa.
Hi, my name is Carmichael D. Bautista and I live in South Caloocan City.
You know the Caloocan is the most highly urbanized city in Manila.
Caloocan City is known as historical city as it played a huge role in Philippine history. The pollution here in Caloocan City is considered high because there's a lot of people live in here, but that should not be a reason for a city to be so polluted.
You can see we are currently destroying our environment. As a human, as we can help to prevent our pollution for our own good and for Mother Earth.
Our planet is rapidly dying because of pollution. There's pollution all over the world and we must act now. We must reduce it and we can do it by starting in our home.
New water restrictions have been imposed in Cape Town, South Africa.
In India, rising temperatures threaten to make a severe water crisis there even worse.
The greatest global risks of our time, the shortage of water.
By 2050, the United Nations says more than 5 billion people could be facing water shortages across the globe.
Water reuse is the use of treated wastewater for beneficial purposes, which increases a community's available water supply and makes it more reliable, especially in times of drought. These collected raindrops are used in washing the vehicle and dishes, so that we can save water, and it often rains. When it rains, we can take out baths, drums, or buckets, or we can take out of our home when it rains, and we can use water to wash dishes or bathe in our vehicles. Use of tabo when taking a bath, washing dishes, and watering the plant. Let's use a tabo to avoid wasting water because water is now slowly being depleted. And in our time, it is more important to learn how to save. Turn off the faucet when brushing your teeth or when we wash our hands. It is important to avoid wasting water. We should learn how to save water, and one way to do it is turning off the faucet when not in use.
Don't open the fridge for too long. Open it when you know what to get from it.
Waste segregation is included in law. Effective segregation of wastes means that less waste goes to landfill, which makes it cheaper and better for people and the environment. It is important to segregate for public health. Separate containers for dry and wet waste in the kitchen. When we segregate waste, there is reduction of waste that reaches landfills and occupies space. Air and water pollution rates are considerably reduced and makes it easier to apply different processes like composting, recycling, and incineration can be applied to different kinds of waste. Egg fertilizer. Though nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are most vital for healthy growth, calcium is also essential for building healthy bones, the cell walls of a plant. Composed of calcium carbonate, eggshells are an excellent way to introduce this mineral into the soil. To prepare the eggshells, grind with a mixer, grinder or mortar and pestle, or you can use your hands, and till them into the soil, because it takes several months for eggshells to break down and be absorbed by a plant's roots. It is recommended that they be tilled into the soil in fall. More shells can be mixed into your soil in the spring.
There are many things we don't need to buy. Instead of buying sachet products, we can transfer and buy refillable products to reduce plastic waste in our environment. Refillable bottles will help to reuse it like a jar, which we can put in anything like flour, sugar, and other ingredients. Can still use discarded items. For reusing plastic bottles, we can reuse them away as water containers just by making discarded bottles. We just need to be resourceful on things that will help us to reduce the plastic bottles in our environment. Recyclable batteries contribute less waste to landfills because they can be recharged and reused many times. They are easy to recycle and less harmful to the environment. Switching from non-rechargeable to rechargeable batteries are not only climate friendly but more cost effective. Styrofoam is a disposable waste. It is made from a petroleum and chemical mixture. People prefer this most because it is easy to discard after its use. We can bring or use a Tupperware when we buy food outside rather than using styrofoam. Doing these things will be a great help to our environment. Use of metal straw and chopsticks are eco-friendly. They can be reused to have a shorter lifespan than steel or glass. It uses less energy to produce than the steel or glass. Use of eco bags are not only good for the environment, but also gives you less stress on your hands and your body when carrying it. It is stronger and durable than conventional plastic bags, and it is much more comfortable. It also helps to prevent the build-up for greenhouse gases because it is made from the renewable resources.
Day 6 alternative way of transportation. The first one is bike. We can use a bike to help our Mother Earth so that the air pollution does not get worse. The bike help a lot. You can still do some exercises using a bike and you can lose a weight. The second one is walk. Play an important role in improving our quality of life because it helps protect and improve the living environment and natural resources. Improving the environment in turn bring added health benefits that come, for example, from cleaner air, less traffic noise, and fewer road accidents. The third one is commute. We can also commute to reduce the number of bicycles here in the Philippines because in our country, There are more vesicles, so when the Filipino have more vesicles, our air pollution will only get worse. Hi guys, for this challenge, we know that our country has so many plastic that uses of the Filipino people that have a bad effect for our environment. For the day 7 challenge, I will show you some tips that we can recycle the plastic, the can, the newspaper, or the magazine. Just keep watching for this video. Day 7. Recycle. How to reuse the recycled thing and make it in creative way. First one is plastic bottle planter. We can use about 1.4 discarded Coke bottles that we can plant and display in our garden. The next one is newspaper pencil holder. Newspaper can, we can make this pencil case and display on our table. That way we help reduce clutter and we also help our Mother Earth. Then third one is create a piggy bank from plastic bottle. Using our old bottle, we can also make a profit that we can put our money into if we want to save. Instead of buying a profit, we are not only one who make and simply make a profit from with. It also helps so we can save our nature.
Pollution becomes our problem every day. It also affects our daily life. Pollution can damage the crops that we eat every day. The water that we drink can also get polluted, and it also contributes to the depletion of the ozone layer that protects the earth from the sun's UV rays. In this 7-7 challenge, we realized that if we want to change and protect the world we live in, we must start from ourselves. Because it is possible to change the world, but we have to change our mentality, our habits, and our actions. We may not always see how we impact the people we're serving, but remember that everything we do to promote change can have a massive impact and add up over time. We humans are responsible for taking care of the environment. Protecting the environment protects humanity from the possible hazardous factors that affecting the environment. So let's begin the change within ourselves. Remember, we are a reflection of our environment,
We are
Planet.
Earth.
People change, not